1930.
Well, good evening, everybody. I have 7:30 on our watch, and I'd like to get this February 8th meeting of the City Council called to order. Would you all please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And would the clerk please call roll?
McHale.
Here.
Budmats.
Present.
O'Brien.
Here.
Veneziano. Absent. Bessetti.
Here.
Reyes.
Here.
Sonoyka.
Here.
With 6 present and 1 absent, there is a quorum this evening. Therefore, members of the audience are reminded that these proceedings are being recorded for current and future broadcasts over the city's cable television channel, as well as other media outlets. It looks like the first thing we need to do is approve some minutes. There are 2 sets of minutes from previous meetings. The first set is January 18th, 2022 Committee of the Whole meeting. Is there a motion to approve this set of minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there a second? Thank you, Alderman Reyes, for the second. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions to this set of minutes? Seeing none, the question is, shall the minutes be approved? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the minutes are approved. The next set of minutes is for January 25th, 2022 City Council meeting. Is there a motion to approve this set of minutes?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman McHale. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions to this set of minutes? Seeing none, the question is, shall these minutes be approved? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. This set of minutes is approved. Don't have anything to report from the mayor's report this evening. Are there any ward reports? Alderman O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Providing an update from last night's Economic Development Committee meeting. It was the one of the unique times of the year where we went back to back based on how the first and second Tuesdays of the month fall. There was 2 main topics of the agenda. The first one was the committee unanimously positively recommended a Cook County Class 6B request for Venture One Real Estate at 5300 Newport LLC. They're a investment company for industrial and commercial properties, and was unanimously approved 8-0 based on discussion, and they are assuming the risk of the future occupancy and the risk for improvement. That was what resonated with the group last night. Is one of the questions that was asked is making sure that they're not, like we had talked about before, and flipping it, they would sell it to another owner and the tax incentive would continue forward. So no, they currently about 200 buildings they do this with in the Chicagoland area, so a huge book of business and experience on this. And what was also great to see, based on some of the discussion we had as council, that Alderwoman Veneziano and I made note of, is they are estimating $1.5 million in improvements to the property to get it into available space for somebody to lease in the future. One of the other questions, based on the education that Martha provided to us at one of the past meetings, is it has just been vacant since April of 2021, and there's usually a 2-year waiting period, but the legal staff that was there with the investment company confirmed that based on some of the exceptions that are there, the property layout, a lot of the work that had to be done, there is legislation that was recently passed, I think in 2020 they noted, where the 2-year waiting period is no longer required for buildings in this type of condition. So that was unanimously approved. Real quick update on some things. There is continued discussion with the former Sam's Club. A party has expressed interest, which is obviously confidential at this time, and it is dependent on an easement/contingency with Walmart right next door, is that it can't be seen as a direct competitor of Walmart. So as additional information transpires on that, staff will keep us updated. Regrettably, the party that was interested in Great American Bagel has stepped back from it at this time, is that did not have the grill, the hood that they were looking for to put in the type of entity they were looking for, so they've stepped back at this time. Former Taco Bell is getting ready to be potentially listed. City staff is working with them and Clark Street Realty for the other 2 vacant properties along that part of Kirchoff. Again, this is just all preliminary information that was shared last night, so no details at that time. and the former Steak and Shake. There has been some interest, and the current owner is making sure to do their due diligence because they want to make sure it's something that's there for the long haul and it's the right fit for the community. So that was very positive to hear. The rest of the meeting, I don't want to take too much time on because it's coming to the committee the whole next week, is we did have some additional discussion around the 3 pillars or goals that EDC are going to look at for during the year. Assist existing businesses, attract new businesses, and commercial area aesthetics. Is that we'll work with staff, Alderman Venetiano and I will work with staff for the packet that'll come out Friday for our discussion next week regarding the potential goals and areas of focus for the EDC in 2020.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Appreciate that. Are there any other ward reports? Okay, seeing no further ward reports, now would be the time to open the floor to the public for 20 minutes. However, there are 2 individuals that do not wish to speak at this time, but it is to be noted that they are here for items B and D. So if questions arise during that time and discussion warrants it, we can always make a motion to open the floor and bring them in, just to be noted. This brings us now to our items pending. First line item A, ordinance number 22-07 is to approve an ordinance confirming and extending the state of emergency within the city of Rolling Meadows due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is second reading. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance? Thank you, Alderman Bessetti. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. Is there any discussion? Just want to be clear that this is the last ordinance approving the state of emergency. After this second vote occurs, we will not have these back on the council's agendas moving forward. This will just phase out. Any other discussion? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Budmats.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us now to line item B, ordinance number 22-08, and that's to grant approval of a special use authorizing an electronic message sign and other relief necessary to accommodate the electronic sign for the Community Church of Rolling Meadows at 2720 Kirchoff Road. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman McHale. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmats.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us to line item C, ordinance number 22-09. It's to amend Chapter 6, Alcoholic Beverages, of the Code of Ordinances to create a Class K liquor license and to correct references related to video gaming. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance? Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there a second? Thank you, Alderman Reyes, for the second. Is there any discussion on this ordinance? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmats.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is adopted. This brings us to the next item on the agenda. It's an ordinance in for first reading. It consists of one item. That's item D. Is there a motion to consider this ordinance for first reading?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman McHale. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. This is ordinance number 22-00. It's to amend the alcohol liquor code to increase the number of licenses permitted under the Class K liquor license for a loft hotel located at 3405 West Algonquin Road. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall the ordinance be moved forward for second reading? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmats.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance will move forward for second reading. This brings us along to new business now, and it's a motion to approve the payment of bills on warrant for February 8th, 2022. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman Reyes. Is there a second?
Good.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion for the payment of bills on warrant, the question is, shall the warrant be approved? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reyes.
Yes.
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, the warrant is approved. Now, the next item on the agenda are the consent resolutions. This consists of 4 items, and those items are letters F through I. Does any alderman wish to remove any items from the consent agenda for resolutions? Okay. Seeing none, the chair declares it in order for one motion to consider the resolutions in a single motion without debate. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman McHale, for the second. Beginning with line item F, resolution number 22-R-16 is to approve local public agency agreement for federal participation with Illinois Department of Transportation for proposed Hicks Road, Kirchoff Road to Countryside Park Bike Path Project, engineering right-of-way acquisition, construction, and construction engineering. Second item, line item G, resolution number 22-R-17, is to award a contract for Phase 2 design engineering and right-of-way acquisition services for the Hicks Road bike path from Kirchoff Road to Countryside Park. Moving on to line item H, resolution number 22-R-18 is to approve fiscal year 2022 motor fuel tax appropriations as part of the Rebuild Illinois program for Public Works Road Reconstruction Program. Line item I, resolution number 22-R-19 is to award a contract for professional engineering and pond evaluation services for the Kennedy Pond. The question is, shall the 4 resolutions be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Sunoika.
Yes.
McHale.
Yes.
Bud Matts.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, the resolutions are adopted. Well, this moves us along to other business and reports. I see that there are no appointments for me this evening, no proclamations, and there is nothing for the city clerk to report. So this will move us on to city staff reports, and the first item we have are the community items of interest, and for this, I'm going to defer to Ms. Lori Cezak. Lori, when you're ready.
Thank you, Mayor. The February newsletter can be found on the city's website. Please visit cityrm.org and click on the News and Views tab. Be someone's special Valentine this month by giving blood on Thursday, February 24th from 1 to 7 p.m. at City Hall. Appointments are required and all donors must wear masks. Register at vitalent.org or call 877-258-4825. As a reminder, the Taste of Town event, originally scheduled for February 26th, and the St. Pat's Day Dinner event, originally scheduled for March 12th, have been canceled due to challenging economic circumstances facing restaurants and also uncertainties presented by COVID-related mandates. We hope to bring these 2 events back in 2023. Share the Rolling Meadows love and patronize our local restaurants and shops. Special coupons, job postings, and a listing of all Rolling Meadows businesses can be found at the city's new business website, rmbusinessbuzz.org. The Rolling Meadows Police Department continues to accept donations for the new Hope Fund that will assist victims of disasters, domestic violence, child abuse, and other hardships that necessitate the need for financial assistance. Donations to the Hope Fund can be made by visiting the GoFundMe page located at gofundme.com/F/RMPD-Hope-Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Next item we have is the new businesses for January of 2022, and for this I'll defer to our business advocate, Martha Corner.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. It's encouraging to note that we have 3 new office leases signed at various properties throughout the city, including an architecture firm, a data management firm, and an IT consultant. Also of note is the former Los Two Amigos restaurant is under new ownership, and it has a new menu. It is now named Los Two Pollos Grill. That's at 2216 Algonquin Road. in the same shopping center, formerly Carla's Hair Salon, is under new ownership and is now Leslie's Hair Salon. That's it for new businesses. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Then this moves us along to the third item here, which is February 15th, 2022 Committee of the Whole Draft Agenda. And for this, we'll kick it over to Manager Sabo.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. 4 items are on the draft February 15th Committee of the Whole agenda. These include a discussion of recommendations related to coal tar usage based on discussion that was held at the Environmental Committee and staff input. A presentation of the Economic Development Committee 2022 goals, as was shared by Alderman O'Brien. A presentation discussion of and seeking confirmation of some improvements planned for IDOT bridges, overpass improvements planned here within the city of Rolling Meadows. And lastly, a discussion and seeking council confirmation of projects to be included in the Surface Transportation Program applications.
Thank you, Manager Sabo. Let's keep this going with the City Council draft agenda for February 22nd of 2022.
Thank you. So quick highlight, the draft agenda is included in the agenda packet. It includes a few different consent resolutions, including adoption in accordance with state law of the 2021 zoning map, approval of landscaping contract, as well as a contract for 2022 street maintenance, crack sealing on various city streets. We also have an award of the 2022 sidewalk and curb replacement program and approval of an easement at 2200 Algonquin Road to accommodate a bike path, which is part of the Wilkie Road improvements.
Thank you for providing that. This now concludes the other business and reports portion of this evening's agenda, and that would bring us now to matters not on the agenda. Are there any matters not on the agenda that would like to be brought up? Alderman Bessetti.
Yeah, I just want to make sure which committee of the whole are we going to be discussing the water bills and that type of stuff again?
We're scheduled to come back in March for a discussion of the water shutoff question. So staff is currently conducting the research based on our conversation from the January Committee of the Whole, and we intend to present our findings to the council at the March Committee of the Whole.
Thank you.
Any other matters not on this evening's agenda? If there aren't any other matters, then I'd like to consider a motion to go into closed session under Section 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act based upon a finding that litigation against the city on certain matter is probable or imminent, and under Section 2C1 of the Open Meeting Act regarding personnel. Do I have that motion?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman McHale. Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. Is there any discussion about entering into closed session? Okay, seeing no discussion, then I'll have the clerk call the roll.
McHale.
Yes.
Budmats.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessetti.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, we will now enter into closed session. Audience and press and non-essential personnel are advised that we do not anticipate taking any action upon returning to open session. So at this time, you're free to leave. Have a wonderful evening. Stay warm and safe travels.